What's up, guys? Iceman here. So in this video we're going to talk some about Diablo 4 and the sort of shit that I think needs to happen to it. Now this is Diablo 3 and I made a character yesterday. The season has begun, the latest season 20 something. I don't even know what the fuck season it is. Because this is what generally happens, is the season begins and I get on and I'll play for like a couple days or a week and then I'll get sick of it. And then I'll go back to playing Diablo 2. Alright, but there's something always kind of enticing about it initially. Or maybe it's just that I can, play a different game for a minute. And to some extent it is enjoyable. But then you get to the end game and it just gets pretty damn lame. In fact, one issue I think is that you're pretty much in the end game since the very beginning when you start. Because right away, you can just start doing riffs. You can just skip the adventure mode and just do riffs. So it's not like Diablo 2 where there's commitment involved when you make a character. Here's a rift right here. See, I already opened one up. There's a lot of commitment involved. Like, you make a character level 1, man, you're fucked. You just got to start from the beginning. You got to go through the den of evil with but a club in hand and knock little toads over the head and hope you find something decent. But with Diablo 3, just from the get-go, you can start doing these riffs and there's no character to them. There's no uniqueness about them or even diversity about them because it's just everything all at once all the time. Bunch of random fucking enemies, nothing even fucking matters. No immunes, of course. Any character can destroy any enemy without even thinking about it, and that's just how it goes. So I'm kind of hoping that with Diablo 4 there's meaning brought back to everything. You start anew, you start afresh, and you have to do the quests. You have to bust your ass to get ahead. In Diablo 3, it's just a quick race to level 70 and then the game begins. But in Diablo 2, you can find shit with meaning along the way. At level 40 something, you can start finding runes, and you can use the runes for endgame shit. However, in Diablo 3, you just don't even give a fuck what you wear, just a bunch of random rares and shit, because all this shit's going to be tossed away and thrown into the furnace by the time you hit 70. It's not even going to fucking matter. You see what I'm getting at with this? Diablo 2 has meaning. Here's a criticism. Alright, just one fucking criticism real quick. Look at this multi-shot. You see this? I can have the pointer right here, right in front of my character. Look, watch the spread. See the spread? There's the spread. We can have it way over here, and the spread is the same. It doesn't even fucking matter. In Diablo 2, you have the pointer close to your character, and there's a very wide spread. It's wide as fuck. And each individual arrow matters. Each little arrow has its own hit chance and hit window radius. Whereas in Diablo 3, as long as this broad triangle has the enemies within it, they're getting hit. It doesn't even fucking matter. You see what I'm saying? It's like they went cheap with the multi-shot in Diablo 3. It's fucking cray-cray. How this game is so much newer, and they had a ton of fucking money when this game came out. But yet they just cheaped out on all sorts of shit. And this is just one example. They cheaped out on the multi-shot. And this same fundamental aspect can be said about many things about Diablo 3. Where they just didn't give a fuck and they took away from the depth of the gameplay and the mechanics. It's fucking cray-cray, dog. So bring back the multi-shot. You know what I'm saying? Bring back the importance of little things. Bring us multi-shot, because multi-shot's toad. But let us control the broadness of it. Again, I think this was something to do with how the devs thought, well, We don't want the fucking babies to have too much of a hard time using multi-shot, 'cause they're going to watch the big boys using it and killing shit like crazy. And what if the babies don't know you actually can control your spread? So if you're in an area with a ton of enemies all around and far away, you can just make your spread super wide and it'll just hit all them motherfuckers. And if you have a tighter spread like this, you're not going to be able to kill them as fast. So you have to think. You have to make decisions. And again, we don't want the babies to have to make too many decisions when they play this game. We don't want there to be too many consequences because they might quit if there are consequences. So let's just make multi-shot just one broad sweep of arrows, and it doesn't matter where the fuck you click. They're going to be the same. It's going to be the same arc of arrows, the same spread, the same density, and they're not going to have an individual hit radius or hit box. They're just all going to fucking hit. In fact, let's just make a big-ass triangular hitbox, and whatever's in it is just going to get hit, and we're going to add arrows to it so it looks like the arrows are actually hitting shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things, man, that's fucked up. That they fucked up on. So come on, dog. Make Diablo Toad again, and bring this shit back to Diablo 4. I wrote a little something down. That's another thing is when you start the game, when I started this game, see, she's level 70 now. Didn't take too long. Now the game begins, but of course, at the same time it ends because I'm doing the same fucking shit. From the beginning, just the numbers are getting a little bigger when you're doing those riffs. But nonetheless, it's not like Diablo 2, you know, where you can run endgame content later on. You can work your ass off, like Path of Diablo. You can make those endgame tiers, and you need the strongest, most powerful characters to run them. You can't just run them from the beginning just on a lower difficulty setting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, from the beginning, man, there ain't any concerns. You don't give a fuck. There's no immunities. There's no monster immunes. You can just breeze right through with any character type, and as long as you get an item with high damage on it, that's all that matters. Because all your skills are built around item damage. That's all that matters is your fucking weapon damage, and then everything else that accentuates that, like critical hit chance and critical hit damage on your other items. But it's just all centered around your one fucking weapon. So it's super simplified. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up. But I mean, the game's kind of fun for a minute, right? So that's why I got on here. There's some hunt for a new quest or a new item set. The Demon Hunter has a new set this season, and it has to do with strafe and just your primary attack. So I'm kind of looking to get that shit. But to be honest with you guys, I'm already bored of strafe. So I'm using multi-shot right now just to show it off in this video. But yeah, and they give you your fucking gear. Like, check this out. And this is just a minor complaint because the complaints go much deeper than this. But here's just one thing is right at the beginning, you could run a map, right, a rift with a character that was level 70 and fully geared. And as long as you beat the map in a reasonable amount of time, they give you all sorts of crafting materials that you used to have to work to get. So right from the beginning, 2 minutes in, I beat this rift in like 3 or 4 minutes. And I was given a ton of crafting materials. So right away, I made a unique bow. I went to the little thing, I got the little cube. It took like 5 fucking minutes to get the cube. And then I went and bought a rare bow from the merchant after I upgraded them. So you got like millions of gold as well for doing that 3 or 4 minute rift. They give you millions of gold and a ton of crafting materials. So you don't even have to work, man. It's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? The game just plays itself for you, and that's a major problem with Diablo 3 that Diablo 4 shouldn't have. You know, don't let the game play itself for you and just give you all the fucking gear. And here's an example. Check this out. I'm about to complete Chapter 2 of the season journey already. I just beat all this shit on accident. It just, you know, just doing regular shit. You just accidentally complete the season journey. Transmogrifying item. So we're going to change the look of an item real quick. Check this out. Transmogrify. We'll just do the helm. We'll give her the hood. We'll give her this shit. Transmogrify. And I completed the second part of the season journey. So, now the game gives you gear. You see this? You used to have to find stuff, but now it just gives you it. So you don't quit or something because you couldn't find the gear. So it just gives you the fucking gear. You see this? And you can complete chapter 3 and 4 of the season journey and you'll have this full fucking set. It's cray-cray. So yeah, another lesson for Diablo 4 is don't just give us all the fucking gear. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you don't agree with me on that, that's fine, but your opinion is fucking bullshit. So yeah, while equipped with a melee weapon, your damage is increased by 6,000%. The fuck? Okay. Oh, so this is a different set. I didn't realize that. Okay, so this is the Shadow Power set. I have never even seen this set. Okay, so I'm going to switch shit up for a minute. So I'm going to be throwing knives and shit or something. I don't even know what you do with this set. You throw those little blades, because you can't use a bow with this set if you want to take advantage of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that stuff, and check this out. Here's another thing that's really fucked up that I've noticed while playing Diablo 3. There's no hit recovery. And again, there are no stats either. You don't get stats in the level. I bitched about that in the last video, so I'm not going to repeat too many things. But check this out. When you get hit, your character doesn't even react. They just don't even give a fuck. You see that? Your life just goes on. So you can just keep attacking with the same speed, same consistency, and it just doesn't even fucking matter. You see, it's little things like this that made Diablo 2 Toad. But they all add up. You know, this is one aspect, again, you know, like the multi-shot thing. There's a unique item, and that's another problem, is uniques just rain from the frickin' sky at the end of this game. But I know they said they're not going to do that, so we'll see how that goes. They may claim that uniques aren't going to be raining from the sky anymore, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, you see what I'm saying here? There's no hit recovery. See, so sometimes they can knock you back, but there's no hit recovery. You can just keep shooting when you're getting hit. It doesn't fucking matter. See, and that added depth to itemization and gameplay. Because you had to consider certain hit recovery breakpoints. And there are some characters where it meant more to them than others. You're an Amazon stands back. It doesn't matter as much. You're Paladin right up in everything's face. You're getting the shit beat out of you constantly. You want some hit recovery. Duels as well. And you can be a complete dumbass and you could just have no hit recovery whatsoever. And this is just one more thing that separates the babies from the big boys. The babies could have items of super high damage, but they could forget about the hit recovery thing. All of a sudden you meet them in a duel, you have worse gear than they do, but you beat their ass. Because you can lock these ass up and they can't even recover as you're beating the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Just little things like that, man. And it's just one more thing that you have to factor in when you're making a character, you know, for customization and for certain purposes. Like when you do the Ubers in Diablo 2, you do Uber Tristram, you pretty much need a certain level of hit recovery in order to do it. Because you're getting hit so much in the Ubers and it hurts so fucking bad. Your character, they just won't recover in time or they won't leech enough if they're not hitting the bosses fast enough. And of course it interrupts their hits when they get hit. So they have to be able to recover from hits very fast so that they can continue leeching from the bosses, leeching life. You see, so hit recovery is important. Right? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. It's fucking bullshit that they took that away. But I mean, there's a ton of shit to say about, you know, what it needs and this and that. Here we go. I'm going to identify this ring. One of my patrons, Joseph, actually said something really interesting. Look at this. I already found the Stone of Jordan. And here's another thing. Just off the top of my head, or find this fucking item. All the uniques in this game have the same drop chance. Like you get like 15 or 20 rings, right? And they all have like the same chance to drop. So you can find a Stone of Jordan right away. Doesn't even give a fuck. All the helms. You remember back in the day when it was hard to find a griffin's eye? I mean, I'm playing Diablo 2 now. Most of my folks, that's all I play. Folks watching me and my patrons, they know that. In Diablo 2, there are items that are hard to find. All right? That's important as fuck. You ruin the fucking game when you give them all the same drop chance. You know what I'm saying? It's about a chase, dog. You ruin the fucking game. When you say, okay, well, you have an equal chance of finding Shaco as you do Griffin, as you do Vamp Gaze, as you do Tarnhelm, and as you do all the other shitty uniques. So you're going to find your Griffins as many times as you find a Tarnhelm or a Tal Rasha's Mask, for that matter, a set item. Who gives a fuck? They just all have the same damn chance. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that, man. Don't fuck up like that, dog. Dumbass! Don't be a dumbass. Each of your elements' damage bonus is equal to your highest static elemental bonus. The fuck does that mean? So Stone of Jordan has received a bonus of some sort. But yeah, so I found an SOJ. It's kind of cool, I guess, but like I said, it's not as cool as finding something that's super fucking rare, because those items don't even exist in Diablo 3. But alright, I'll show you one more thing. Joseph, my patron, one of my patrons, here's what he said. These are some damn good words, man. He commented this on my video about what Diablo 4 needs. For D4 to have legs like D2, there has to be a number of things. And I think what he means by that is the lasting effect is D2, and the player base that it created. Even now, 20 years later, there's a good number of us still playing. But even more so are there people who remember it as a damn good game. You know what I'm saying? The game needs complex and rare itemization, first and foremost. And I touched on that a little bit. And I'd like you guys to let me know what you think about these points that he's making here, and my points as well in the comments below. And let us know what you think D4 needs the most out of all this shit. Or give us a freaking list in the comments. I don't give a toad. And like the damn video so Blizzard sees this shit. Difficult modes and areas where only the top tier 1% of players can attempt, with a reward of the chance at a top tier item. Yeah. Like when I said with D3, you do the endgame stuff right away. You're doing the riffs, the same fucking bullshit you're doing, 1,000 hours into gameplay. So yeah, it's good to set goals, right? Like we can think about doing the endgame content later. You don't got to do it right when you turn on the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the beginning of it. But yeah, these points that Joseph is making are absolute toad points. It's one of the greatest lists I've seen so far in regards to what Diablo 4 needs. Diverse build choices, including skills and stats. And Blizzard, the thing is, they're acting like they hear us, right? Like they're not doing the whole set thing where you have to have just an endgame set, just match all the colors up and you'll be fine. They're not doing that this time around. That's what they say anyway. Diverse build choices, including skills and stats. Yep, and I touched on that. Grisly and dark atmosphere without all the light show fluff from skills, with a sense of gloom and doom. That's a great point. Because here I am playing Diablo 3, and I pointed this out in my last video, how fucked up this is. You can't even see what the toad's going on. Once you start getting, like, the endgame effects, there's just so many explosions and shit on the screen, you can't even see what the fuck's going on. So you get a nice little item, right, that has a cool little effect. You don't even notice it anymore. It's just a shit show. Diablo 3 is a complete shit show. 10 hours in of gameplay and beyond. It's just a fucking bullshit show, dog. And the exaggerated effects have something to do with that as well. While the enemies just float away or they have to just blow up, or do all sorts of exaggerated shit. And I touched on that in my last video, and I'll bring gravity back to the realms of Diablo. The gravity that we're familiar with. At that level, you know what I'm saying? Big, thick fucking enemies don't supposed to just float away when you kill them. Who cares if they just collapse on the ground or shatter? You know, let that be something as well. And multi-shot's actually quite toad. I might try to get that multi-shot bow. See, Diablo 3 is fun for just a little bit, right? And I'm still in that fun stage, to be honest with you guys. So I'll be playing a little bit more. Let's see what else Joseph said, man. This is some hard shit, man. The truth hurts. Because I'm hoping that these devs listen to this shit, man. Crafting system with depth, rare ingredients, quality of craft depends on character level, without any guarantees of GG, just a possibility. And he just posted this in the comments, you know what I mean? He probably threw this together in like 2 minutes flat, you know, he didn't give a toad, he just typed it out and posted it. He didn't know I was going to make a video of this shit. But I ran it by him, but nonetheless, I mean, some damn good points. Decent story with hidden facets of lore scattered in the world around, something you could find for the first time after years of playing. Now, wouldn't that be cray-cray? Think about that. If something that you could attain that might have taken you a year or more. Unlike Diablo 3, where you attain it all within about 10 or 15 hours. And then you're just min-maxing all your little points on your gear. But you're still doing the same damn content, like I said. But enough about that for just a minute. A character level cap that is damn near impossible to achieve. And this is great, man. This is what I said in a previous video as well. Diablo 2, it just doesn't matter. You can just continue Paragon leveling and just getting a few more points to put into your main attribute. And it just keeps going and going forever. There's no end goal. Where Diablo 2, that's how Diablo 3 is, but Diablo 2, it takes for damn ever to get to 99. I've never gotten to 99. I think I've gotten to 94. Is the highest I've ever gotten. I played that game like a toad. I just get sick of the character. I make a new one. I know, and some folks, they'll push it hard, man, and some folks do get to 99, but they are far and few between. You know what I'm saying? But it's nice having that goal, and just because you don't get there, it's fun getting closer to it. And it differentiates you from the others. You know what I mean? If you're high as fuck, you know, you get props for that, man. You get some respect. So, in game, you know what I'm saying? Ladder leagues, seasons that have temporary exclusive content and items. That really could keep things fresh if done correctly. Unique enemies with resistance, immunities to certain elements. No character should easily walk through everything. Yeah, like I mentioned when I started playing this. Earlier in this video, I think, right? How just from the beginning, you're just face rolling everything and you just don't give a fuck. There's no strategy. You can just turn it on normal mode and just face roll everything. And I think that's a major problem with Diablo 3 is there are like 20 different difficulties. How many torments are there? Are there torment 15 or some shit? And there's normal, expert, hard, expert, torment. There's other ones too. Master. There's all this fucking bullshit. It should be similar, I think, to D2, where there are 3 difficulties, if that's what you're going to do. But don't have 15 or 20. You know what I'm saying? Don't have 15 or 20 difficulties. And have the lowest difficulty actually be kind of challenging. Like at least as challenging it is in D2, where you do end up dying some. If you're not careful, and if you're not familiar, you'll die. You know what I'm saying? And this, you can just turn it on easy mode, or normal, or whatever it's called, and just face roll the whole damn game, no problem. But yeah, I think they should keep it down. Only a few difficulty levels. Maybe normal Nightmare Hell, man. Bring it back to its roots. And like the hit recovery thing, that was in Diablo 1. I remember you had to work around that shit. I remember my warrior walking around with his sword, swatting shit, and all of a sudden he'd get locked up. He'd go, oh, because the skeletons would just surround him and swat the shit out of him. So you had to make an assessment from that point. It'd be like, hold on, I need to get hit less. And in addition, I need to recover from hits faster so I can actually get a damn hit in before I get hit again. So you had to find that healthy balance, you know what I mean? Of getting more armor so you get hit less, but when you do get hit, to maybe recover a little faster, get a fucking hit in. I was told. You know, that was in Diablo 1, dog. Like, please? I don't know if it's just too difficult to bring that shit into the game or what, but I think they could do it, right? If they try, they could bring back hit recovery. For fuck's sake, lower numbers all around. No more billion damage crits, no more 600k defense, no more 500k life. Bring it back down to earth, yeah. I've said this before in my videos as well. This is really important. Keep them fucking numbers down. I just got level 70 already doing 200,000 damage. It's just, you know, give us something that we can comprehend a bit more effectively. I don't think bigger numbers in damage actually make game sales, do they? Why do they do that, man? It's fucked up. Yeah, that's a great word. Here's somebody commented, to me it's all D2 is hard and that is the thing. You make your character a toad one, but the hell difficulty is hard. And there sometimes are monsters you cannot kill. That's hell. That's right. Sometimes you just can't kill them, man. That sounds toadish is what this guy says, you know? Sometimes you just can't kill them. Sometimes the bad guys fucking win. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta restructure your character. You gotta think about it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these advices in this video on what maybe could be done to make Diablo 4 a toad game. Yeah, and this season, see this shit? It's a shit show. It's like fireworks. I don't know. It's going to keep kids up at night playing this game. They're going to see this shit when they're trying to get to sleep. But this is just the seasonal effect where every 2 minutes, tornadoes come and assist you, or you spray freaking lasers out of your mouth like what we just saw, or meteors fall from the sky. They're just trying to make it interesting, you know what I mean? They're trying to get people back into play, so they add weird shit like this. But yeah, it is a light show, that's for sure. I don't like that part about it, but that's just what you're noticing when that shit is going on. So it looks like every 1 or 2 minutes something happens. And it's dependent, I think, partly on your kill count. If you can kill a lot of enemies, you get a greater shit show. But is there a shit show even if you don't kill anyone? I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll find out. See, so right now my kill count, I'm at 37. And 16 seconds left. Maybe I'll go to a different area. I'll go here. Oh shit. Okay, 10, 9, 8. So at 42 kills, let's see what the effect is. Here we go. What's the effect? Oh, she's spraying the freaking lasers out of her eyes. So yeah, if you guys will like the video, hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate my patrons. Oh, and I just got a new one as well with the name of Maximus. Thank you, sir. He's offering $1 a month, and it all adds up. So thank you guys for your support. Link in the description below if you want to support the Iceman. Let me know if you want to see another video, another shit show of D3 where we talk about D4. All right? And let me know in the comments what you guys think should be done at this point in time to make Diablo 4 a toad game. Peace be with you.